I had a pretty rocky start with my iPhone 14 Pro this morning. I wanted to come back and talk about it a little bit more because I had done a lot of stuff. I had set it up, I had gone through the registration process, all sorts of things to show you kind of how to set it up and what to expect. This video, now I can talk a little bit more about the impressions I've had on the phone. So I have been using it. I got it at 8 o'clock this morning. It's like, what, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. Got everything set up. And if you run into a problem with your eSIM, just want to throw this out there because mine with AT&T, I had a problem. It wouldn't let me set it up. I was trying to go from a physical SIM to an eSIM and it just wasn't working. It wouldn't let me transfer it over. It wouldn't let me convert it, which is an option they actually have in the connection settings. So pretty straightforward for most people. I've talked to a lot of folks on Twitter and other places and they're like, yeah, it was a pretty smooth process. So that's good, that's reassuring, but when it comes to like the experience I had, the eSIM is a completely different beast than just being able to pop your SIM card and you're good to go. You may have to use an app, you may have to get involved with your carrier, you might have to call a customer support number. I have an AT&T store just right down the street, so I went down there. It took a little while, probably about 45 minutes for the entire thing. I don't know why, it was just taking forever, but anyway, it got switched over. So impressions so far, I haven't even got to test out like the battery life. I've been using it today. I put it on the charger for a little bit. One thing that's kind of disappointing is they didn't update the charging. It's still the 20-watt charging. It's ridiculous to me that, one, that we only have 20-watt charging, but two, when you look at it, the Pixel 6a got blasted for not having fast charging. The Pixel 6 got blasted for its 30-watt charging. It's not really 30-watt charging. But you look at some other phones like the Z Flip 3 that had 15-watt charging last year, the Z Flip 4 and the Z Fold 4 now 25-watt charging. But there's so many phones out there that charge at 35 watts, 45 watts, 60, way, like to infinity and beyond, right? And you've got this $1,000 phone that still only has 20-watt charging. Anyway, so it doesn't charge the fastest. But the phone itself, I do like the increase on the screen, the contrast, the brightness. That was one thing I noticed almost immediately. I went outside, it was bright, and I was like, man, this really is rising to the occasion. Really steps up with the automatic brightness on there. So I did like that. It's probably just about the best phone I've ever seen out in bright sunlight. It looked like normal, which was really cool. Still heavy. It's a stainless steel phone, but that's to be expected. It's the whole premium thing, I guess. I'm trying not to give them any reason to switch to titanium. I would love a titanium phone, but then they'd charge us like $4,000 for it, right? And then, of course, they'd give you $500 trade-in credit the next year. Got mine through Apple. I bought it unlocked. Of course, they go up to 1 terabyte with the Pro models. I got the 512. I use that to record my videos for all of my video. I mean, I record all the stuff for YouTube. I'm recording on my 13 Pro right now. That is getting traded in. I got the 14 Pro. The Pro Max is nice. Actually, I got one for my daughter. It's funny because I don't like the big, gigantic Pro Max, but like my wife and my daughter, they love it because it's got the big screen, right? It's perfect for Instagram and for TikTok and all that stuff. I spend so much time typing on mine. I appreciate and value the one-handed usage. So there's that A16 chip, most powerful processor ever in an iPhone. This isn't like the iPhone 14 that has last year's A15 that was in the Pro Series chipset. So this one, a 4 nanometer chip instead of a 5 nanometer chip. And here's the thing. They pretty much run the same. I don't really notice any difference as I'm sitting here. I'm like, yeah, it feels pretty much the same. We do have, I like to call it the Lonely Island, but the dynamic island up top, just for an illustration here. So you can see you've got the little capsule thing sitting right there. I've got Spotify running. If you tap on it, it actually opens up and it goes into Spotify. I was listening to the new Muse album, and then whenever you close it up, it like goes right back into the dynamic island. It's pretty cool. The thing that I don't like about it, though, I'll pull up Twitter real quick just so I can show you some contrast on a white background. It takes up a lot of space up there. So basically, it's like they made it maybe a little bit wider. Of course, the shape can change. You've got the sensors in there embedded, also the camera. It doesn't have the little wings that go up to the top. So it takes up a little less room, but basically it just gives it white space around the notch that was already there. So my thing with this is they've done a good job making a useful apparatus out of something that's a glaring eyesore. and only Apple could or would do that. Whereas you look at other phones like Samsung and other Android devices are trying to get rid of it. Like they just want an under the screen camera, or they're trying to diminish it and make it as small as possible for like a peephole. I kind of like that. I would rather have these different constructs and user interface things in the actual daily experience as opposed to trying to find something useful out of a glaring notch that's up on the screen or this big pill capsule now. Whatever shape you want to call it, it's there and it doesn't go away. And that's something that I'm not crazy about. But overall, I like the phone just fine. I mean, this is not like a review or anything. But the thing is when it comes to a iPhone, like the iPhone 13 Pro, the iPhone 12 Pro, the iPhone 14 Pro, they're so far light years ahead when it comes to the power that they're getting out of the processor and the seamless communication and just the user interface and all that stuff. It just works. I mean, that's basically what everybody says when it comes to iPhone. It feels the same. It's the same boring experience that you're going to get with any iPhone. It's not exciting. It's just you get another phone, you restore it, and bam, there you have it and you're good to go. But that's nice. Also, the setup process is good. I found that Face ID does seem to be working perfectly fine. There are different screen protectors you can get. I have one listed down in the drop, in the comment section. Well, the description. That's what it is. It's in the description for the one that I got. It's this one right here, the Spigen Glaster Easy Fit. I gotta say, easy to install, fantastic, hands down, $15. You can't go wrong. I've been using these on iPhones since the iPhone 11, and I have not looked back. I was at the AT&T store, and this is just a way to save yourself some money. AT&T store, they've got like the best and brightest there, but they were charging $50 for a screen protector. I told the guy, no thank you. I already ordered one on Amazon, $15 for a 2-pack. Save yourself some money, order one in advance and get it before your phone shows up. Make sure you have it before your phone shows up. So that way, as soon as you take it out of the box, you can set it up. So a couple other things I'm excited about. The 48 megapixel camera on the back. Yes, it still bends down to 12. What does bend down mean? Well, it basically just compresses the amount of pixels from 48 megapixels. It's like 4 times as many into the same image. So it makes the image look better and sharper. If you zoom in, you've got more detail. It's pretty cool. But at the end of the day, don't be too disturbed if you take a photo and you look at the description and it's like, why is it 12 megapixels? I bought a 48 megapixel camera. I'm very interested about checking out the front-facing selfie camera for shooting video. I couldn't do that for this video because I'm showing you the phone. Right here. Also, I do have the Apple silicone case. Now, I'm hoping it's better than last year's. The one I have for my 13 Pro, it has seen a lot better days. This is what it looks like after 1 year. And I have babied. I've hardly even used the phone other than just recording videos for the last 6 months. Y'all guys know I'm not the biggest iPhone fan. I've been using my iPhone SE 2022, and that really irks me because I like that phone. With the whole switching my SIM card over to the eSIM, now I'm stuck with it inside of this phone. I might be able to switch it back through the eSIM. I'll try that out later and we can have a discussion about that. But yeah, it's not as simple as just popping my SIM card in and out. So I got to get this one set up with my Tesla and all that stuff now. But I'm interested in to see what the big improvements are here. I want to see if the battery life's any better. They did say, I think, about maybe 15% better battery life just because of the power savings with the A16 versus the A15 chip. The battery, I think, is about 100 milliamps larger, which that's not really anything. That's really not going to make much of a difference at all. But hey, it's there. The screen, nice and beautiful, 120 hertz. Throttle's down to 1 hertz now, so it's a panel from Samsung. Last year, the 13 Pro could throttle down to 10 hertz, which is 10, basically screen refreshes per second. Now it'll do 1, and that's supposed to be especially helpful with like the always-on display and stuff like that. Some people have been making fun of it, calling it the always dim display, because it just kind of turns the brightness down. It's not really like oh hey, by the way, it's like a black screen with stuff. I mean, it's just kind of dimmer. But anyway, that's it. It's a pretty neat phone. I love the color. Here, let me just take the case off real quick. I showed this off in the previous video. I love the way this looks, and definitely when it catches the light just right, it's like a Kool-Aid purple is what I like to call it. But I don't know, I think it's a sharp looking phone. I do like the Apple silicone cases, so I'm going to test this one out. They hold up really well over time if you take them on and off a lot, which is what I do because I am continually having to take them out of the case to record for my videos. But yeah, that's my kind of my first day's impressions with the phone. It seems nice so far. I love the color. Of course, it's the latest upgrade. This one is a little bit more of an upgrade than just the 14. The 14 definitely isn't an upgrade over the 13, but the 14 Pro has a couple of nice little characteristics that give it just enough, especially with the new camera hardware, that it should be good, at least for me, for recording my videos. And I'll have some more thoughts on this later. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, then please go down in the comment section. I will get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, if you found this helpful, if you like this stuff, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.